Good morning and welcome to Your Ignite News. Coming up today, Mohawk creates a 5-point student success plan.
So it's a 5-point student success plan that's going to guide the college's initiatives.
Aboriginal students hold a powwow on campus.
That's when you can slip in teachings and they don't even know they're being taught.
And the Mohawk Mountaineers are gearing up for a new basketball season.
Great opportunity to run through and try and gain some experience.
All this and more on Your Ignite News today.
Good morning and welcome to Your Ignite News for Tuesday, October 15th. I'm Kyler Sanderson.
And I'm Rachel Williams. Here's what's making news.
A 7.2 magnitude earthquake has struck the Philippines. The quake struck at 8:12 a.m. Philippine time and was centered on Bohol Island. Many buildings and bridges have collapsed and roads are cracked up. The quake also set off stampedes in nearby cities. Extensive damage hit the densely populated Cebu city. The death toll is currently at 95 and rising. The quake did not cause a tsunami.
Halton police are investigating a fuel spill from a tanker truck rollover on Harvester Road. According to eyewitness testimony, 25,000 liters of diesel and 10,000 liters of gasoline were involved in the spill, which took place late last night. The driver of the truck suffered minor injuries. Police are warning residents to avoid nearby waterways until the spill is fully assessed. The road remains closed between Appleby Line and Burloak Drive.
Last week, Mohawk celebrated Aboriginal Awareness. I had a chance to be there and check out the celebration. Students got an up-close look at Aboriginal culture outside the H-Wing.
Okay, well, today's powwow is really part of the Aboriginal Awareness Week this week at Mohawk College. There are approximately 436 self-ID'd Aboriginal students. My guesstimate would be that there's between a third and two-thirds more than that.
Aaron Bell hosted the powwow at Mohawk. His goal was to educate the rest of the student body.
A lot of the post-secondary Aboriginal students have to deal with the stereotype of alcoholism, homelessness. A lot of them don't have a lot of understanding about what Aboriginal people do and who we are. And why we did this today is to introduce them to our culture in a good and open way. We treat our audiences as new learners. So when we use humor, it engages them, and we use association as well with modern day things so they can feel connected to us. If you can make somebody smile, they're going to be waiting for you to make them smile again. So in between those two times when you can make them smile, that's when you can slip in teachings and they don't even know they're being taught.
I thought a lot of people really wanted to be a part of the whole powwow and group because they made you feel that way.
I know that in the last year, social inclusion has been a real big focus for our office, the Aboriginal office, as well as the college in general. And currently we're developing an Indigenous education plan that will make that much more attractive to Aboriginal students from all over this territory.
Powwows like this one are designed to celebrate Aboriginal heritage and dismantle stereotypes. For Ignite News, I'm Kyler Sanderson.
Public hearings begin today and Wednesday for the controversial Umbrage oil pipeline. If the decision goes through, Umbrage will be allowed to increase the capacity of oil going through the pipeline from 240,000 barrels per day to 300,000. Critics of the pipeline, as well as the City of Toronto, will be presenting their final arguments to the National Energy Board, citing environmental hazards and concerns over tactical response time in case of a spill. There will be over 20 presentations between tomorrow and Saturday.
A coroner's inquest begins today looking into the deaths of 3 Toronto area residents who were shot and killed in separate incidents by police over the past 3 years. Each of the victims was believed to be experiencing mental health issues when they approached officers with sharp objects. The inquest is expected to raise questions about the use of force and how frontline officers deal with the mentally ill.
There's a worrisome trend concerning the retention rate of Ontario colleges, but Mohawk has implemented a 5-point plan. For that story, we hear from Ignite News reporter Casey Wren.
A shocking number of college students are dropping out. About 1/3 will not stay to complete their programs. Wayne Poirier, Vice President of Student Services, helped develop a plan to raise the number of graduates.
So it's a 5-point student success plan that's going to guide the college's initiatives. to help more students graduate at the end of their college experience.
This plan is an important one, not only for Mohawk, but for the government as well.
The government has set targets that over 70% of Ontarians get a post-secondary education, and currently our graduation rates are about 64%. So we want to help more students that start their journey be successful at completing their journey through to graduation.
Individually, the plan will hopefully help each student finish college and get the full value of what they paid for their education.
If the student has the ability to finish their education, we want to make sure that it's for extraordinary circumstances that they don't finish, and that they have every support on campus to make sure that, that they're able to complete their journey.
The plan can be accessed on the college website under About Mohawk at the bottom of the page. Reporting for Ignite News, I'm Casey Wren.
That's all we have for you in news. Let's take a look at what's coming up in sports, entertainment, and weather.
Coming up in sports, Mohawk's women's varsity soccer team faced off against Conestoga on Saturday in their first postseason game, and the Ticats gained ground in the Eastern Conference.
Looks like the sun's trying to peek through the clouds today, but unfortunately by the end of the week, the sun's going to lose. I've got your full week forecast coming up in Ignite Weather.
Charlie Hunnam won't be playing Christian Grey, but Joseph Gordon-Levitt may be playing AntMan. Those stories and more coming up on Entertainment.
There was lots of exciting playoff action in Major League Baseball this weekend. For that, we're going to Teresa Friesen in sports.
Thanks, Kyler. Starting things off with some MLB playoff action, the LA Dodgers, led by Hyun-Jin Ryu, beat the St. Louis Cardinals in Game 3 Monday night to get back in their NLCS series. RBIs from Adrian Gonzalez, Yasiel Puig, and Henley Ramirez came up big for the Dodgers, who had trouble generating offense in the first two games. Game 4 between the Dodgers and Cards goes down tonight in LA, while the Tigers host the Red Sox in the ALCS. The Hamilton Tiger Cats gained ground in the Eastern Conference Monday with a 24-18 win over the Toronto Argonauts. Hamilton reached the 8-7 mark through 15 games this season, moving 4 points ahead of third place. Montreal heading into crucial home-and-home series with the Alouettes. The Ticats held the lead all game, but Toronto kept it interesting at 6:43 in the fourth when Argos QB Ricky Ray threw a 13-yard TD to Jason Barnes, cutting Hamilton's lead to 6 points. Ray then took over at Toronto's 4-yard line with 4:02 remaining and drove the Argos to Hamilton 37 before being picked off by Hamilton's Arthur Hobbs in the end zone. Hamilton faces off against Toronto next Sunday in the second part of their doubleheader. Over to varsity sports now. The Mohawk Mountaineers are looking to build off a perfect preseason. Ignite Sports reporter Brady Livingston has the story.
Just 2 seasons removed from their OCAA National Championship in 2012, the Mohawk Mountaineers varsity men's basketball team is off to a hot preseason start. The team has played their game to perfection, going undefeated in 10 exhibition games, including a big win over Lesete Coyotes to finish strong. Coach Brian Jonker is beginning his 10th season as Mohawk's bench boss, and Jonker is quick to point out that a good preseason is one key to a successful team.
For us, playing these games, there are a lot of teams that are on the east side, and we don't play them during the regular season, so it's a good opportunity to see the other teams on the other side. But also it gives us a great opportunity to run through and try and gain some experience in the things that we want to do for the year.
Mohawk is not only heading into a new season on a winning note, but also with a completely healthy team.
Yeah, we're in good shape.
Unlike in pro sports like hockey and football, exhibition games have some worth in varsity basketball.
The preseason matters for a lot of different reasons. It helps with rankings at the beginning of the year. It helps maybe with seeding at the end of the year. So these games matter. I think we're ready to go.
Mohawk begins its regular season on October 23rd when they host Redeemer University at the D-Bar. Reporting for Ignite Sports, I'm Brady Livingston.
In varsity soccer, Mohawk's women's soccer team traveled to Woodside Park in Kitchener for an OCAA qualifier against the Conestoga Condors. Both teams played very well, sending the scoreless game into overtime, but the Mountaineers managed to keep the energy high late in the game and dominated the midfield. Goalie Nicole Roberts made some fantastic stops throughout, and forward Rochelle DeJong created several scoring opportunities, eventually netting a goal in the first overtime. Mohawk wins 1-0 in overtime and advances to the quarterfinals. And that's all from me with your sports. Let's pass it on to Chris for your entertainment news.
Thanks, Teresa. Charlie Hunnam is pulled out of 50 Shades of Grey. After many balked at the choice of Hunnam to play the character of Christian Grey in the upcoming adaptation, it seemed people had finally come to accept him in the role. Over the weekend, Hunnam made the unexpected announcement that he would be leaving the production before filming began. Hunnam said his TV schedule with Sons of Anarchy was simply proving too demanding to also take part in the film. Producers are now faced with finding a new lead while keeping their planned release date of August 1st next year. Another Walking Dead episode, another record. AMC's The Walking Dead returned Sunday night for its 4th season, pulling in over 16 million viewers, an increase of 30% over the record it set with its Season 3 finale just earlier this year. Not only is that number larger than all the network series ratings that night combined, AMC has since pointed out that it was a higher number than all sports telecasts this fall. Netflix has hired 3 of the creators of TV's Damages to create their next original series. The show will focus on a family of siblings whose secrets and scars are revealed when their black sheep brother returns home. Production on the still untitled thriller will begin in early 2014. With the announcement of a new Netflix series and the social media storm The Walking Dead premiere caused, we asked you, Mohawk, how you use social media.
Definitely use my phone a lot, texting, phone calls, whatever. Facebook, keep in touch because I'm not from around here, so it definitely helps. Convenient ways to, keep in touch with them.
I use technology all the time to get closer, either my cell phone or my computer. I use it to talk to my mom in Alberta, either like Skype or Facebook.
Well, I'd have to say Facebook, obviously, but just in general, I have my phone, call them and stuff like that. Text messaging, just the normal kind of stuff like that. So.
Mostly I use Facebook or my telephone. I'm on the web or online a lot. I've got a lot of friends who've gone away to school. I want to stay in touch with them, and I think the main way to stay in touch is through social media now and telephones, telecommunication.
Now let's take a look at what's happening on and around campus.
Hey guys, let's take a look at what's happening on and around campus this week. Support breast cancer and wear pink to Thursday's open mic night Pink Edition in the Arnie from 7 to 11 p.m. Friday's flick is Pacific Rim. The action film will play from 12 to 2 p.m. in the Arnie. Saturday, October 19th is Hamilton's Caribbean Night. Authentic food, drinks, and entertainment will be at St. John's Anglican Church in the Parish Hall in Ancaster starting at 6 p.m. And that's your community calendar for Tuesday, October 15th. Now let's take it back to the desk.
And we're one step closer to another superhero. Variety reports that AntMan, one of the next batch of Marvel's Avengers, is expected to be played by either Joseph Gordon-Levitt or Paul Rudd. Gordon-Levitt has already been in one superhero movie with a role in 2011's The Dark Knight Rises. AntMan, which is about a scientist who invents a suit that lets him shrink down to insect size, is planned for release in July of 2015. And that's a wrap for entertainment. Let's throw it to Alicia Gallant with your weather.
All across the board, conditions appear to be quite similar. The fog is clearing up and the sun is starting to peek through the clouds. In Hamilton, it's a bit chilly, but the temperature is expected to rise around 18 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud. Toronto will also hit 18 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud. In Niagara Falls, there will be a high of 19 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud. London will see a mix of sun and cloud as well, with increased cloudiness throughout the day and a high of 19 degrees. Finally, in Windsor, increased cloudiness will arise with a little bit of sunshine and a high of 20 degrees. Looking ahead at the next 24 hours in Hamilton, in the evening the clouds will take over, but it'll remain fairly low at 15 degrees. There is a potential for rain at any point this evening into tomorrow morning, but it appears temperatures will remain steady around 15. Into tomorrow morning the rain may stay, but it'll get a little bit warmer with a high of 18. Looking ahead at the next 5 days, along with the rain, there is potential for a thunderstorm early Wednesday morning, but it should clear up in the afternoon. Temperatures may drop very slightly from 18 in the morning down to 16 with a low of 10. On Thursday, it will be cloudy and not very warm with a low of 10 and a high of 16 degrees. Friday will be another chilly day with a mixture of sun and cloud, a low of 7 and a high of 13 degrees. Unfortunately, the beginning of our reading week will be gloomy as it is expected to rain all weekend. Saturday will be cloudy and cold with a high of 11 and a low of 6 and a 40% chance of showers. And finally, Sunday sees a 40% chance of rain with a low of 5 and a high of 10. That's all for weather. Let's head back to Kyler and Rachel at the news desk.
Now it's time for our regular Pay It Forward feature, looking at how people in Hamilton are helping each other and the community. Reporter Taylor Visser joins us now. Taylor, I understand you went to Value Village this week. What can you tell us about how they are paying it forward?
Well, Rachel, if you're looking for a good Halloween costume, Value Village has new and used outfits, and all the proceeds are donated back to the community.
It's our busiest time of year, months of preparation. For our store, we have a mix of used and new product. So Halloween's one of the only times of year where we get new product that we sell. So we have to create a separate area for that. And our costume consultants can mix the new with the used and create really unique and original outfits. So,
Do a lot of people donate actual costumes?
yeah, we do get a lot of costumes. We ask that people think of us after Halloween and donate their costumes when they're finished with them. Everything that gets donated to us helps support the Canadian Diabetes Association, which is our nonprofit partner.
Do you guys do anything like special for Halloween, like as a store?
Yeah, we do lots of stuff. We're partnering with some local businesses who do haunted hay rides and stuff like that. We're trying to get out in the community. Every Thursday at 3 o'clock we do a costume catwalk where we dress up and show our customers what kind of costumes we can come up with. It's really fascinating business, Value Village, because we have a number of ways which we help the community. One is we have a nonprofit partner, which in our case is Canadian Diabetes Association. So every donation, whether they pick it up at your house or whether you donate it to our store, results in a contribution to the Diabetes Association.
An easy way to pay it forward, after Halloween, when you're done with your costume, you can donate it here at Value Village and the proceeds go to diabetes. I'm Taylor Visser, Ignite News.
That's all your Ignite News for today. I'm Kyler Sanderson.
And I'm Rachel Williams. For more news coverage, check out our website at ignitenews.ca. Thanks for watching, Mohawk.